Hey everybody, this is just kind of a quick video because I don't have a whole ton of time right now due to fixing my house because the chimney is broken, and I decided that it would be a great time to also start renovating some things because the baby is on the way. And if you're wondering, the baby is less than 150 days away at this point, so we're pretty excited and things are ramping up. So this video isn't my normal type of thing, but it's what I have time for right now. Thank you for your patience, and I love you all. Thank you for your continued support. It is especially important at this moment. Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your boy Garden Sound. I've got a tune that I'm working on that has a technique in it that I was recently discussing with a patron. They were going over a mix, and I said, hey, there needs to be some sort of like editing and checkerboarding and sidechain compression going on, and these were all techniques that they'd heard of but haven't really invested in, and I think it would be apropos to talk about what checkerboarding is and the advantages of it, because this is a technique I didn't use for a very long time until I started to actually watch people use this technique. What it looks like, what it ends up looking like is this. And see how this kind of resembles a checkerboard with these mute clips in here, and some of these I've clipped out and some of them I have not. I suppose these are bad examples because these are MIDI tracks. They're not actually happening, but all the tracks that are audio, and I'll just go ahead and expand some of them here. This is another reason why I like to use audio. This is what it begins to look like. It's this checkerboard pattern. And let's focus on the drums here for just a moment while I explain what's going on. If you listen to the drums track here, I'm just going to play a couple of seconds. I clip all of my incidentals, like, these wob effects and stuff into the same bus because I like them to be the same amount of loudness. So if you listen to this right here, all right, let's listen to this by itself, this sample. Hold on. You hear how it's nothing, sample, nothing? This is one of the reasons I like to work with audio. This was at one point a sample that had reverb on it. There was a couple of other effects that I had applied to it, compression. And then what I did was I flattened it and froze it, so now it's just audio. And the reason I like to checkerboard is because I can have this exact sound happen just for right here, and then nothing, and then this exact sample happen just for right here, and then more drums. And what you get is a punchier, snappier sort of mix with that. This works a lot better also if you're in live. Make sure that under your preferences, I think it's here. Give me just a moment to find it. Where is it? Where are you? I will find you. I will find you. And I will kill you. Create fades on clip edges right here. Make sure that's turned off. All that does is make drums sound muddy when you put a sample in. Anyway, so once you've got these all compressed and sounding right, and you've got your drums sounding how you want them to sound, then you can move on to checkerboarding other stuff. So as you can see here, everything on these channels, there's no reverb, there's some EQ, but there's no effects, right? Because I'm just working in raw audio. Again, raw audio sounds punchier than MIDI. Go watch my video on it. I have proof of that. All right, bass. Let's talk bass here. Again, this sub right here has a compressor, this widener that I have actually turned off, and then an EQ. There are absolutely no time-based effects whatsoever on this particular sound. Same thing with this sub. No time-based effects whatsoever. So what we get are these like micro glitches. For instance, I'm going to start this here and end it here. We're going to solo the bass group. And what happens is you get finer control over when and when not sounds are happening. So for instance, I want that one little to stand out, right? This thing. So if you look at this column right here, I literally have nothing else happening. These are MIDI and they're deactivated. Nothing else is happening during that. So all you're hearing is this. And so if you want to make the glitchy, punchy kind of music that sounds like this, you have to checkerboard. You have to turn everything fucking else off in order for this particular sound to shine through. Now, I've got about 6 or 7 hours poured into this track so far. By the time I'm done with it, it'll probably have more like 40. I've been spending a lot more time on my tracks, but it'll look even crazier than this once I get to the finish point. This is only 28 tracks, and it's nothing. It's going to be like 100 something by the time I'm done. And everything's going to be checkerboarded because that's how you get this type of noise. And it sounds like this. You hear those drums right there? Listen, let's just go to the drums channel again. If I hadn't checkerboarded the snare, you'd have the snare overlaying on top of that, and it wouldn't sound very good. Listen to it with the snare overlaid. This holds a place in your brain that doesn't need to happen. What I want to hear is just this sound, not any of this tail. It's much punchier that way. Anyway, that's checkerboarding. Hope this was helpful to somebody. If it's not, go fuck.